FC. So Nilon team what Mili Alonko Ale Tolle Harge Kabo team one Lul Kono Kanyo Seake ka football go Mialgo football Saharago for Alake Nimo Fulul in team Fulul and other bank ka final in play B. So in just in a short while ball witness the Jantenti. So Mobe Saka mumebe mutimbaleti nyulube mutimbaleti miyalonko yes struggle bale takina kana futa bira so na media house of nange betendu nge jay katandala ko LSTV the famous LSTV ibem fejane aga football nyimbondali live so mobe sa kalam do nyama ben security fana mu kata paramilitary ifana ben fejang nge betendu nge jay nyano do manding ben keep guest of honor by tanlala pour mobe salong nyina mun keep guest of honor so for the meantime game will be not start the same. Let me understand go kick off over killer half time. Kick off over killer half time. So more base akalam to nyama. So ngana badi maso na jamia lonko ala commentary ke diende fo e bage e ga mo mi go game okay. Pero se foro ni. TV banyawe. Ala sa pero la. E ga mo mi ko kemo kanyi. Kemo kanyi ben fejane anu nga expect fona ko Salu Diallo be fana ben join na nyaado do manding na der alay so in the meantime Kemo meduna ko kono we also want to recognize the presence of the General Assembly Chairman munganam fanko mati ka bay Boy Cisse o Bakar Fati mo be yalo nyama afana ben fejam demoto so Sunday meduna ko kono science and follow confirmation of the hearing then from there we will start the game play the first half then second half we'll have the kick-off by our key guests of honor. Thank you so much. moment to sign any moment from now. The game of Stadler. Mol bijane na journalist pal bijane they will take us through ka jeko wolbelal nyaaw makaitandi molla. So Okamala be dimbe damen ben sewo bu be condamning Diamond in his na no jang be condamn bu ben sewo bu danning final atodong commentator be la commentary start la saitani molla bi demo nyen kol bet la rin tembe jumalto Diamond wala munna social secretary New Yundum Sports Association that ita murotasbu
baraka baki PRO, thanks once again. PRO kumo bande New Yundum Sport Association la men kam fati ala nyato ke akodo alhamdulillah ngamira men nyina mona knockout final nani jawti nga likod kele liko farana final bi nyato mbokela bar comme PRO ak nyamere ke sango sangala filinga ku nyon tanke ni aja nyen timol men tada final ten den team wonne lulu team frata final men keda Westside United danin Dodgement FC Frontline FC alhamdulillah ale wala harje kara no kar final wala andu ngani o midu dronga dunga ko dron bismillahir rahmanir rahim nga kum fani alhamdulillah rabbil alamin bawo nyemu sate quality nga nyola yaaya katandi nyola ko dron Yundum be mu bakilim fakilin nati odo football aka unification fena kambe wala manga to fendi nga mabila bal so jang comme a fonya men bod nan ko bona niro e from flat handling company leti ya musa tara walle ya kinan la min cham la nyado ko akodo after nan science den ben president babatula na after nan drong ne second half mbaki ko tala e teleta min be odum ba fona niro ko bismillah ñoy no football fidoto anal delegation men nata mba fule ko barka baki na security fana ina kuta ele na ku nyima kan anila dankuri nyima anina journalist ani media teamol mba fulal be ko al bismillah New Yundum football filoto alma nga football nyum kum fa kayara kono nga janja jang kayara kono mem mona ngane uti alma ale o kenya ala baraka bake
Kemo
Good evening, wherever you are getting our voices and signals from. This is Kimu Kani. We are broadcasting this final live on LSTV1, and whoever is also not around the field here, I mean those that are here can extend that information to them that LSTV1 is actually airing this particular final live on YouTube and also on Facebook Live. So, I mean, it is a knockout final organized by the Yundum Sports Association, and then these two teams that are currently taking on against one another here, it is Frontline and that of Westside FC, who are currently battling this particular coveted trophy at the Yundum football field here. But before we move deep into the commentary, we are firstly going to give you the starting 11 for these two sides. We are of course going to start with Frontline FC, who starts with Abdullah Dabo in goal for them, who is wearing the number 1 jersey for them, Ibrahim Danzo, number 7, and Sumana Bojan, number 16, Chero Sen, number 2, Isa Bayo, number 6, Haruna Jaju, number 14, Basiru Kamara, number 12, Dauda Koli, number 3, Demba Bojan, number 4, Tyro Sane, number 13 jersey, completing the starting 11 for the Frontline FC side. Side Football Club also starts in goal. Dembo Kante in the number 12 jersey. Ibrahim Ba, number 5. Mustafa Jaju, number 14. Baji, number 19. Usman, 99. Bakari Sane, number 3. And Buba Samate wears the number 16 jersey for the Westside FC side. And that also completes the starting 11 for the other finalists. And also this particular final, the center referee for this final is Asumana Koli, assisted by Kaliman Kamara and Omar Sisoho, and then the fourth assistant referee is Buba Damfa. Now in the quarterfinal, we are going to give you the teams that, of course, these two teams have beaten before coming into this particular game here. They started with the quarterfinal where the Frontline FC side have beaten the New Yundum Teachers by a lone goal to nil in the quarter-final fixture, and then in the semi-final they see out Sito Koto FC on the post-match shootout, while their opponents Westside FC have beaten Johannes in the quarter-final stage, and then also getting rid of Real Africans in the semi-final. So this is why they have both made their way to this particular final. And join here with me on the commentary cabin is also Bakari Jane. Certainly, we are going to give him the mic to also have his say in this particular game before we move on. Bakari Jane, welcome to New Yundum football field in the highly coveted knockout final for this particular, playing ground here. It's not also a recommended zone, but Yundum also is of course a ground that nurtured a lot of talents here, and then when they are also in the whatever that they will be doing, especially in the North, and they also produces so many good players here, and also you can spot out so many good players here that are playing in the other recommended zones here. So I mean, Fatih, do you have something to add on before we move on to Bakari Jane?
Yes, jandim Bakari bina kemo kaitandi kijamamul mbela ko na former president munketa Boubacar Cissé afana be bento janne nga fana recognize nga sute mba fala ko thank you very much although nga lon ka beta Westside le ala dini wala be play kande so afana bi janne nga lon da be damen de kul matra easy rim follow so mba fala ko Bouba Cissé thank you very much yeah, na me da kul ko janne wato wati nga final soto na daga atamandi jang oto Bouba Cissé nga fo thank you so much, thank you. So Mr.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to New Yundum football field. Very much came on. This is football. Both teams are playing currently, and for already 5 minutes are gone into the first half. Before the 90 minutes, both teams will be happy to see whether how they make fans to be happy in this final. Kemo.
Thank you very much. Now, Frontline FC have now benefited a goal kick. They are the team that is correct here. And also we are in the yellow shirts, blue shirts, and also yellow socks. They are number 7 in the far end, who Dembo Ibrahim Rada Danso places the ball now to the number 14 who kicks, but it wasn't troublesome to the netminder Dembo Kante for the opponent side here. And then the Westside Football Club that is currently dressed in white and dark blue shorts, and also in the mixture of blue and white socks here, and they are attacking from our left to right here now. The West side, but they have been disposed here by the Frontline FC, who are now around the center circle here, moving forward. The number 2 tries to dribble past his marker there, but in the end the ball eludes him, and then Westside FC win a throw rather in the far end, but regains possession. Frontline FC near the center circle towards Adanso, who breaks now, tries to play the ball to his running player, but the captain. But again they have been disposed, and Frontline is moving forward here to Danso 1 to the number 13, and then Frontline still playing, but the ball rolls over the touch for a throw into their opponents. The Westside Football Club to Starley Food now take the places the ball down, but again they have been dispossessed by the team captain for Frontline FC, who Issa Bayo, who places the ball towards the far end there, and then they have been dispossessed again this time. Westside now surges forward. Their left fullback who crosses the ball, but defended from this particular attack here, and the group who places the ball to connect who was on Haruna Jaju, but he was caught. Free kick in their own area. Finals in most cases are wherever you go or wherever you witness the two best taking on one another. It is always very, very. It's not going to be an exception to such realities, because the instructions in most cases what will be given to the players or both set of players is that try to defend very well against an opponent. While doing that, also try to making sure that you at least create some very good goal scoring opportunities and then try to capitalize on one of those ones. So they will be defending very well and with caution, and also trying to making sure that they capitalize on the opportunities that they will be creating into this particular contest. But Westside currently surging forward. Defended there very well. The Frontline FC side, Westside regains possession inside the center, sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area. The ball eludes goalkeeper, but in the end, he manages to catch that ball and then places the ball to Danso, but Danso could not control that ball. That was too much pace on the ball, and then it went over. Salifu drops the ball. Now inside the area, beautifully backhill there. They keep struggling there. We're trying to make sure that they win. You don't come the final with the hope of going back as a runners up. So the intention of coming to the final is always very, very clear for all the teams, or all the players that are taking part in the game. That is to win a trophy for their respective sides. And then in this early part of the game, these players have shown that intention and also have been given that particular energy that can secure them that winning spot and then celebrate this particular coveted trophy in their neighborhood. And then Frontline now moving forward to the number 13 who tries to move forward but goes to the ground. Foul against Dembo Kante, the team captain for the Westside Football Club. Now Frontline wins a free kick. Bio is there, and also placing the ball is the number 2 Cherno Sen. Let's see which of these players here will be taking the responsibility for the Frontline FC side. It's either going to be Bio or Sen to in the process. Goalkeeper plays the ball short. The number 16, Buba Samate, is the netminder. We beg your pardon. When we were reading the starting 11, we said Buba was Kante, but indeed that is the team captain, Dembo Kante, and then Buba Samate is the netminder for the Westside FC side. Free kick to Frontline to be executed by Dabo Abdullahi, the netminder, and of course one of the players the team will rely on when the defenders are nowhere to be seen. Now Bayo drops the ball to the continuation of the play will be directed, and the team of medics are currently brought onto the pitch to attend to Jaju, and then the officials of the game will or to continue playing, or if he's okay and also safe to leave the pitch. He's still on the ground, Jaju Haruna, receiving the medical attention from the team of that are currently here. It is not easy thing, especially to organize all tournament coming all the way to the finals. Wherever you go, the committees will struggle financially and even trying to making sure that they cope all the violences that teams will try to come of it whenever they lost, especially the games, and also whenever that they need to control. It needs so many technicalities, so many efforts to reach at the final here in every other ground. So this particular committee, Yundum Sports Association, the committee responsible for the association, have done that for this particular knockout, and also they are also yearning to play their league final in the shortly after the quality. So against Salifu for the Line FC side before taking never an easy thing for any other committee to play a league and then move their way to the finals. Before engaging Bakari, we will allow the Bakari Jane will also have a say in the early part of this particular game. What message? Now green light given here. Salifu is there, so as another player to one of these players here will be executing the free kick for the Westside FC side. Green light has been given by the center referee, and then both players are preparing. Let's see, Salifu takes, but it goes against the player, and then Westside FC benefits a corner from the right attack. From the right attack, and then plays the ball short now. Salifu is on the ball now. Koli Jajurada plays the ball to his number 3 who shorts, and then but the other player also had a touch, and then it rolls over the touch for a goal kick to Frontline FC, who quickly starts the play to Davo, the netminder, but tries to connect one another again. This time it's a throw into the Westside FC side to be taken by Bakari Sane. Bakari Jane, what have you read so far in the first 16-15 minutes of this particular final? As I have earlier mentioned, final in most cases are very, very tightly contested affair. So this particular game as well is not an to have you read from both teams.
Thank you very much, Kimo Kanye. I can say what I have read with this force between the two teams that try to kill the game because of their own residents in Yundum here, and I can say they know each other and they play of style, what they are doing here. But before the end of that, both teams which will go with the trophy this knockout final between the Westside and Front line. As you rightly said, it's not easy, especially community football community. proceeded this you can say rightly before this last under 20 so many players were being selected from this new Yundum league to showcase their talent into international football. Back to you, Kemo.
Jaju Haruna again is after suffering that foul from his opponent team. That was Bakari Jane. And then Issa Bayo will sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area, tries to control, but malcontrols, and then the foul is awarded to the team captain for Westside FC, Dembo Kante. Already in the first 20 minutes, we have seen a bit of a slower game, but as the game proceeds, you can also see that as the game proceeds, you can see that so many chances will be created so far, and then both teams rather are trying to make sure that they move forward with intention and also trying to make sure that they create those clear-cut chances here, without which they wouldn't be able to perhaps score a goal into this. Yes, goals can come accidentally, but you must be a team that is creating goal-scoring opportunities for you to be able to at least score a goal before the game ends. And then the intention for this particular players here that are filed for this particular final is also very clear. Bakari, as you have rightly stated here, they keep moving forward and then trying to make sure those goal scoring opportunities fall for. Much clinical side always goes home with the trophy. When you have chances, you need to capitalize on them. Try to at least utilize one or two of those chances into goals. Failure of which, when your opponents also have theirs, so they might be able to capitalize on one or two and then convert those those chances into goals. If that has to be the case, I mean, that sometimes creates frustration in your team, as you were the team that was creating a lot of goal scoring opportunities, but squandered all of those that you had, and then your opponent may have one or two and then try to capitalize on those one or two chances here and then utilize at least one or, in fact, the whole of those chances into a goal. So it is still 0-0 between Frontline FC and West. 21 minutes of play at the Yundum football field. This is the Yundum New Yundum Sports Association's knockout final between Frontline and Westside FC. You're watching us live on LSTV1 and also on both on YouTube and Facebook Live here, and also there is another TV which is also present here with us, Joren TV. You can also have that one watch perhaps the replay on that particular channel as well. They are also here trying to make sure that they give you the recordings of whatever will be transpiring here. But for now, we are going to give the mic to Parfati, who is having some announcement to be given to whoever is present on the pitch here.
Thank you so much, Kemo Kanyi. Ngal be tentu ngal jayi kaitandal han kabi. Na Chief Justice of Honor Abidjane Musa Traore from Niro. He is the ramp manager at Niro. Company of Mialonko Abe Airport Okono. Adim fana na former president New Yundum Sport Association Boubacar Sise afanam benfe janne ngatentu nga jayi kaitanda la fana kon kontanta ke moso de jamial ko ka fay ko Mr. Suleiman Bojang sorry Mr. Ibrahim Bojang from Algalkunda ngatentu nga jayi New Yundum Sport Association the Purka Sona Jambi. And in Fana, we have one of our veteran player, Mialoko Kafai Bakari Bojang, Mojama Kafai Kakai Bojang, Ngalon Dindinjama along, but
momo yalon ke bende tembo do kata santo mo jama bijelo mi yalon ko ibe yalon yundum la football do jande kakay bojang aya kata bake foma yaram bamba wato min nan dol fo ngamra mawulu folo itolo ba kanjang abijam bi nyin kana kontan kubadi ka receive jambi. We are so much happy. And then Mr. Komma Kamara nga fana konto nga tendu nga jeyi Faradola Secretary General. He also double as Assistant Secretary General Fabi and also Assistant Secretary General Combo South Football Association. Nga ngebe tentu ke jayi ngal tude ka ko kontanda bake kal soto jang bi kabi kal hakilo blandi. Oh, kolbe duri nyandere ke mo bidu. Also we have our General Assembly Chairman Fati Mojama Long Alkaline afana Benfejang nga tentu nga jayi ani mo kana benata ngalo lundal mamad nala so damandamang ikana na nyamen dorong mbe yitanda nyama nga be tentu nga jayi ala baraka bake. Mr. Kemo is all yours. Thank you so much. Commentary be kati ale ba democracy ko ikali akawulen do ndi bugal moy ikola ko ko le du democracy le president wala ko la ka buga moy am moy ka bay apex mila akale diama moy ala foka moy janale.
Apex Miller, you will hear us now. Thank you for raising that concern with us. And then the closest of the chances here, I mean, Bakari has just fall to Mo Lamin Sonko, who could have done really better with that particular chance that had fall for him. And then now surging forward, the Westside side, Salifu has been awarded a free kick around the dividing line. And then we also, I mean, as party, the PRO for this particular committee acknowledges the presence of Nero Legacy, Nero International Airport are also present here with us here, and then showing their support to the committee and also the talent development here at the Yundum football field. That was across from Salifu, but it flies over the crossbar for a goal kick again to that of the Frontline FC side, and it still remains 0-0 between the two sides. The two best, we will say, in the knockout tournament for the New Yundum Sports Football Association rather. And then moving forward now, the West Side now on the ball to place the ball back to his player, and then this time again it is another throw into. This time it is being awarded to the West Side, but you can see the technical bench and also the players and agree with that. But the sole decision maker for this particular game, or whichever football game that you will be watching, are the officials of the game, and then the favor is given to their opponents. Moving forward this time, places the ball to the Sergeant player, but had a touch there. Frontline FC clears their line again towards the number 2 who breaks the ball down, Cherno. But Cherno was dispossessed, and now inside the 18-yard area, shot, but that was away from the goal mouth. Omar Bojang tries to power the ball, but the goalkeeper wasn't troubled for that because the ball did not go straight inside between the sticks of the post, and then the goalkeeper and also whoever is related or affiliated with the Frontline FC side will be embracing that particular kick, while their opponents wouldn't want to see the ball move in that particular direction, and then goes to the ground and says the center referee Danso looking for a foul in the far end. Moving beautifully done there by the West Side FC side, and now moving forward again, this time again to the number 9 who tries to connect. 99 rather, Nyabali tries to connect to a running player, but there wasn't any player of his who was present around that particular end. Moving forward again, number 5 takes that ball, saw that was very, very close one. That would have been a very, very good goal, and also a very, very powerful shot from him. The number 5 for Ibrahim Abba, West Side, who tries to go on solo and then power that very good shot there, but it wasn't or it doesn't trouble the goalkeeper and also the team and also the faithfuls of Frontline FC as the ball again this time.
Kemo sai sai ten kay tan la ko na president ba mungkin lamin kanku fati afena fura rajan sai anu benyi kibaro itan lamin Mr. Lamin kanku fati la ko niro la mobi janne iko ngai tan dal ko ngalo ni information be diala bake kandun dulalom ni mialo ko atabuka fama je iko direct flight from Banjul to London, direct flight from Banjul to London. Niro yo service hospitality. So momo la magana Angleterre. Abido opportunity fele. Allah baraka Mr. Kemo.
Thank you very much. That was the announcement from Mr. Fati, as you have heard. And then that was a strong tackle challenge there between the team captain and Sonko. Now chested the ball down Sen rather, I mean, who tries to dribble past his marker, but this time again he was dispossessed now to Sonko again, taking on the one-on-one with the defender and then tries to make sure he places the ball back to Sen. Now Sen inside the 18-yard area, sends a long ball inside the area, but it was headed away and then defended very well by the Westside defense line, who are now surging forward in trying to making sure that they also get their fair chance of the game, because the closest that we have seen here chance here comes from the Frontline FC, and then it falls to Modlamin Sonko, who squandered that opportunity. You can see that his body language as well shows that he is disappointed in that particular take, and then apologizes to his teammates and also who is affiliated and everyone who is affiliated with his team, Frontline FC. Fatih, another announcement.
Yes, Mr. Kemo, nyimkena nyo kontan kubati. Ela dingwa ka hume Mr. Faramba Sise. Ay bulifengo kinang kana Yundum Sport Association to. Ata molde mi alko sawasang abenfe mole mati fondinkel Mamandula Dawda, fondinkel Mamata Dawda ani katara nyofele. Mustafa Bojang also a elite FIFA referee. Atele kado di mola kata kuto bi pour nga final player la afa man tara jang san teng abe Algeria bari adimma be janne ana bari ngo wala na daka kado nying present otombe ma fala mo be ko c'est Mustafa Bojang Faramba Sisi ane mol be c'est duala ane ay no ke tentu ke jayi abaraka.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fati. That is the beauty of community football. As you will see, everyone in the village or in that particular community will try to make sure that they take ownership of whatever will be transpiring, especially when it comes to youth development. And then we have seen this announcement is not an exception to such. It shows that this particular, individual is very much interested in supporting the youth of Yundum, of New Yundum, to be specific, and also trying to make sure that you offer support for them. You would know which of the families you will be helping or which individual you'll be helping. Perhaps one of these players here will be playing their, trail in the international sporting arenas here. We have seen all the players that are playing, that have emerged from the African continent and then playing in the top Europe leagues have all started on the sandy pitches, and then graduates from there, moving their way to the first, second division levels, and then trying to first, second division levels, and then eventually making their way to the European top flight football. So one of these players as well, giving the ball to the Yundum Sports Committee can help one or two players to develop his talent and then eventually moving their way to play in the top flight footballs in Europe and other more developed continents, and then thereby, football becoming that particular person's profession, and then he will also be earning a living out of that, not only helping himself or his closest allies, but also, his extended family and whoever might be a native of Yundum or the whole Gambia can benefit from that particular guy that you have developed from this Yundum Sandy pitch here. Free kick to be, or is awarded to Westside Football Club to be executed by Salifu Jaju. We'll see the execution takes place when the green light has been given by the center referee, and then Salifu sends a long ball, but that was way over the crossbar, and then it flies. It's way in the air. That was never the intention, yes. I mean, but that is football. I mean, players will make and also destroy or squander some chances, but trying to making sure that they capitalize on the latter ones that will follow. Yes, another announcement, Pa.
No, Mr. Kemo, I will not be fair if we really recognize the presence of our medics, headed by Mr. Sambasedi and the crew. We are saying a very big thank you. Nyulme mole mi anko, eke mako jambaga imeda mako ila. Nyinka emo kule mi anko Yundum Sport Association recognize le. Bafole ala barka ala ngalte du ngalje. You'll be surprised to know that one of the medics, Wolombe, is the one heading the other team there, is their head coach, Salifu. But I can press what I'm back. No Salifu.
A medical expert turned a football coach, Salifu. Amange bandi yatiba. And then, anyways, I mean, we also acknowledge the presence of the medical team here. Of course, they are very much supportive in every other Northern zone, whichever league, being the academy leagues, the Northern, first, second, or third division football. Wherever you go, you find them there. And then these are the people that will support every player that sustains injury. And in fact, even the officials, when they sustain injury, not only those ones, but also football fans, they will attend to them. So, I mean, kudos to the medical team that are currently here. I mean, your service to the people is highly appreciated. Now, Sin Towns plays the ball around the center circle. Still on the ball, the Frontline FC side. Ball moves towards Sonko, goes to the ground, but I mean, he could not connect to that particular ball, and then the play continues here through Sin, who places the ball to Jaju now. Jaju needs to take his time and then plays the ball to the team captain, Bayo. Bayo plays the ball back to, now again, Jaju. Turns, and then tries to dribble passes, goes to the ground, says, foul, says the center referee, Ansumana Koli. And then, as the game proceeds here, we can see more of ball possession now than before. I mean, we hardly see, 3-4 touches here at the start of the game, but as game proceeds, you can see players are now more into the game than the starting part, and then that also helps, and also it makes the game highly interesting for and also entertaining for the spectators who pay their money to come and watch their players play. And also, we also acknowledge the presence or also of the supporters here who have come from these various neighborhoods to show support to their various teams, because without the fans, also without the supporters, players will also not enjoy the game. So with that also, we also acknowledge their presence here. And then the Westside FC now, Mustafa Jaju turns, right? Beautifully backheel there, and then surging forward and left attacking part, Sane Bakari. He wins a throw in the process, and then he is the man responsible for that, sends a long ball inside the area towards Bojang, but Bojang could not connect to that ball, and then the ball went straight to Abdullah Dabo, who sends along one, tries to connect Sin, but too much pace on the ball, and then Salifu will execute that for his side now. Salifu Jaju looking for someone to throw the ball towards, and then the number 9 and also the lone striker for the side goes to the ground. Nothing says the assistants in the far end who allows the play to continue, but in the process have one or two, and then moving forward, skillful player goes to the ground. He's still on the ball, tries to dribble past his marker, goes to the ground finally, and then again this time landing Baji goes to the ground, and then he is awarded a free kick. This time again, it is going to be Salifu Jaju to execute that for the Westside FC side. When the green line is given,
He will now sends that ball inside the area. Header. That was a very close chance. You can see it is a corner, yes. It's been awarded by the center referee, but that was a very, very close chance. You can also say the goalkeeper had also done well because the sandy pitch, when the ball bounces very, very close to you, especially a goalkeeper, it is never an easy ball to deal with, but the goalkeeper has managed to have a hand on the ball, and then the ball rolls over the touch for a corner kick to Westside FC. That would have been an opener for the Westside in the 38th or 39th minute, but it still remains nil-nil here, and that was one of the closest chances that we have seen in this particular game as well. That was a great take of a free kick, and also the flick header on the ball was also an intelligent one. From Ibrahima Sawane, and then the goalkeeper has a hand or have it tipped the ball away for a corner kick now. The goalkeeper is currently rather nursing an injury, and then the stoppage of the game is currently at his mercy. If he is okay, then the center referee will make sure that the game resumes. He's currently putting back on his glove, and then I believe he is now okay to continue. If he is, the green light will be given by the center referee for the corner to be taken. Again, it will be executed by Salifu Jaju in the far end. We'll see what the Westside FC will do with this particular chance. 1 minute of added time in the first half. This could have been a chance, one of the chances that a team heads away this time. Frontline FC, they will need to defend this in the 1 minute, in this final minute here. Both teams have 1 minute here, or less than a minute now, to actually do the needful for themselves, either to settle for a draw or to actually get one of the chances and then capitalize on that foul against Haruna Jaju on Salifu Jaju. Before the start of the second half, the kickoff will also be observed here, and it will be taken by Musa Tarawale, the ramp manager for Nero Ground Handling Company. Salifu to execute that. Is he going on solo? Yes, he goes on power, but it went well away from the goalman. That is the final whistle for the first half. It is 0-0 between Frontline FC and Westside FC in the new Yundum Sports Association's knockout final here at the Yundum football field. I think, Bakari, your last ones before we leave you, before we let the mic go, or before we left everything to the DJ. I mean, you have watched the entire first half. What's your impression entirely?
Thank you very much, Kemo. Can it be a bit interesting? And the first half, both teams are still nil-nil. That was the end of the first half. We'll go for a short break. If you can see, community football never easy, especially both teams are resident inside the New Yundum here, and it's going to be an easy thing since day one they are playing their games, and they have been winning both knockout and semi-final and quarter final to the final itself. But now what we are seeing, they are not much impressing for the fans, what they are expected from them.
Thank you, Bakari. We are also going to take a 15-minute break. We will be back after the halftime.
Dankunku Fati ale awlundi Dankunkule para barakandi Yundumule ala nyadon kaya koto New Yundum Sport Association every final nkala file nganyanta okay afele bi ay mol sambana mengala flight handle de Niro comme PRO afonyami e fele a flash from Gambia to London live mbengalone kuka diambele but life is all about connection ngajala mo bon na GRA another jam final ola this time mbenga Niro is a big company in Gambia so laftala puro New Yundum Sport Association e blodu nyokono pour nié do koke ngaji de fonikele nyama mandula bi nya jele jamba nyame ni sama sida akem patandi bake anu santending by now wonya datranga na final ke borli kan na wetan but mbe ngajala ko kolya kul mi solo jang Lamin Fati bi ay samta fulal dunya ay nafu fulal ba kungoto is the sport president and then is the director of PPP. Any investor come to this country, you go to Lamin Dankunku Fati. And Buba is the former president of New Yundum Sport Association and at the same time is on the ground here. Buba also is working at the Gambia Ports Authority and then still is a native of Yundum. Buba Fanafela Babewota Jam, Benga football philo jala about Halo Mento. We have Salif Ba from Ponoto, all Hansla Playala Mati. Fananada is present here at the moment. Bakar Fatim Bengalon is always in the sports. Berin Fabi, New Yundum Sport Association, Prikama, Bakar Sise Fanang, Alhamdulillah, aka participate. We have Esa Jallo, Vice President of New Yundum Football Association, SU Umar Jata, and PRO Pafati. Lami Sanyang, Abidjan Auditor General, and then we have Mariama Bojang Suntu, Assistant Social Secretary, Marcel Bojang, member, Jariso, member, Asatal, Assistant Treasurer, Nabi Madame Sport Minister, and Treasurer, Amantra Bangkokang, after Amata demanding Bora, Hakilo Babyjan and Nada de Koke, Bafla Kuibita Kukane. Only one thing I will say that, in terms of social security, but a final like this, knock out Westside, Kabila Balomu, Elefanso de Mila Mamoje. Final Dumunion Town da Sodomandia. Frontline for at least an attack for Fansol and Pabieta Fansol for Odanang. If you name a monkey, give support to the boys, you give courage to them. And you have to bring the fans. Ambience in the world in Chile. Football has to go with ambience. But a final like this, Westside Fansol Mananang, I know it's traditional. People believe from Tandon Kosida. Tandon Kosida, Monko Siminian, the winner, Ale Olone. Tandon in Adol Lekata traditionally. So next time, final like this, as Sotomandia, at least Pabi, Nima final also, Emma Fans also come to me as a social secretary. I'll order fans for you. Manjai, Serakunda is West Prikama. I can do it. But Nintamira, nevertheless, but neither final like Team One Lulu, Ale Telegan the Purkata. So Nina the new Purka Kidimani video Kabilos, Westside from Kabila Baladi. Look at their jerseys. Look at their technical sides. Where are the fans? The final is so boring. We don't like it like this. So, but we pray for you next time, you know. But next time, the final will be central in ambiance by Nana. Although in the very few now, but next time, inshallah, Allah Barakabaki. Thank you very much, Social Secretary Diamond Kabironjai. Comme elle va gagner na give guests, wolebe players will kodonkan. Ka commence follow dula kanafo alabandula to sign. So any moment from now, Obi, they can just stand here. First, Obi, inana ranjam follow. You can come and stand here. Okay, all right. So we want both teams to come together to have a picture, please. Team Fululu, Aldana Nyokono, Nataloke, Nanjindi, Bari literally. Thank you. Alabaga team will Aldu Nyokono. Okay, answer line, form a line here to have a kick off. Mr. Kare. Nakodo kebi janade akoronda nyawonya mbengalo ne paya fojane dinne jama malong kake bojang Yundum busumbala farato kada fabrikama mo jama kaka ilonne one time Yaram Bamba nenatara brikama final I think that was 92 the then Bakari Njai Atano Committee Director the Solmanya Sama Track Club Basse winter kaka na lo post a penalties bondi you nume ko ransa ko bo birka maso kadina Mr. Kaka Bojana wore court kijang and don jang kabajang karala men is the only defender me ala ko time on ngamal football taranum bi mbakuma dolo fola Mr. Lamin Fatim be ngala kado ko lone you know I will say this and I will keep on saying it ntole mankala jalol tim mado ku nyolati but ne moy ku kendo keke ya kalale I mean no mobe mal be ala ko live everybody want to be something but life is all about connection New connected, you can have everything in life. I met someone from Nero, GRA. I can tap Nanda, Nikoto Kunota, I saw for a chanta at the beach. We don't take a chanta but be I think Nero, never do Kokela. I think I'll be the first person to buy their ticket to travel from Banjul to London. So keep one ticket for me. Either they reject me or not, but I'm going to travel to London this time with Nero. One free ticket to social secretary.
Before the kickoff, we have a national anthem. Alga. Yeah? So I think we have before or after the national anthem, referee, number to follow, national anthem to follow. Acha, Dige. So from there on, Kim Kesavona Musa Trawale from Niro will take the kickoff. So referee, are we ready? Are we ready? Now kickoff, okay? Now kado kick Molbe Bulokosi. Molbe Bulokosi. Sambi be kafunya ni kusa tilong. Akitanya ni second half hani se bangi se nyowi. Okay, Amira kickoff for Tala Musa. Yo, Bulokosi. Thank you so much. Thank you. The guest, now you can have your seat. Thank you so much, Mr. Musa Trawale from Niro. Thank you, Mr. Koma. Thank you, Mr. Boubacar Sise. Thank you, Musa. We are so happy. Thank you, Bakari. So, kung itandala ko kakay, abalabla ka musuwa ko na follow. Adol misari mangkaling. So, kakay, thank you so much. We are so happy. Thank you very much. Thank you. Ngalbe tentu ngalbe jai. So, any moment from now, the first second half will start. So, Sunday sign in the next 40 or 45 minutes. Betonyalo na jang sign in Filokono. Fabita Westside level, Fabita Frontline ne, abe Senegal sign Rungalo sign fair kutije. Kemo sign de betambo muto fair kutije anu ngaje ko cool master. So sign sa dungol kono. Thank you so much Kemo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pafati. That was a header from the striker Usman Baji. That would have been a very quick goal into the second half. Just under 30 seconds, that chance has fallen to Usman Baji, the lone striker for the Westside Football Club. But he had squandered that particular opportunity at the very start of the second half. Now into the second and also the final half, these two sides at least must try to settle the fight in the regulation time here, or one of the things will be done. Either it has to be settled from the penalty spot, or it will be adjourned. That decision entirely rests on the shoulders of the organizing committee. Welcome back. To remind you that you're watching us live on LSTV1 on board of Facebook and YouTube. We are bringing the New Yundum Sports Committee on the New Yundum Sports Association's knockout final between Frontline FC and Westside Football Club. It is still 0-0 here in the entire first half. I mean, both sides have failed to put themselves in the front into this particular game after we have seen, I mean, fairly at least a chance from both sides, which our players could have capitalized on and then put their sides in front. But, I mean, all the opportunities that we have seen in the first half were all squandered, and then we are now into the second and then the final half, a most decisive half for this final. It either had to be decided in the, or has to be decided in the regulation time, or the committees will tell us what to do, whether it will be adjourned to a later date or the scores will be settled from the post-match shootout. It is the New Yundum Sports Association's knockout final between Frontline FC and Westside Football Club. Currently playing from our left to right is the Westside Football Club, who are currently dressed in white and dark blue shirt and socks, while their opponents, Frontline FC, in yellow shirt and socks, while also in their blue shorts. They attack from our left to right in this second half. Moving forward now towards the number 3 for the now Sin. The ball was placed to Sin, and then he crosses one time, but it was cleared away by the West Side defender. And a throw-in is being awarded to Frontline FC. It will be executed here by Dauda Kole, who drops the ball to Sonko. Sonko is in one-on-one situation with the defender, and then the ball was cleared away by Njara Nyabali, and then another throw in is here being awarded to Frontline FC as both sides continue to fight here in trying to making sure that they go home with the coveted trophy. But in doing so, they are also trying to prevent their opponents from getting a goal against them, so that makes the final very, very difficult. You'll be working on to score at least a goal to actually make yourself and then rely on that entirely, while it is the same message that will also, or that is also passed on to your opponent to actually prevent you from scoring and then try to work on to get a goal in the game. And then moving forward this time, turns beautifully there. The number 25 who places the ball down, cross comes low, but the clearance comes from the Frontline defender. Then the cross continues, and then this time that was a powerful of a shot from who? And then in the first 5 minutes here, we have now seen New Side FC taking the lead through Ibrahim Abba with a powerful shot that went through, or that went straight into the net. The goalkeeper was left helpless and then could not save his side from conceding the early goal into the second half here. So currently West Side are now moving, or are now on the driving seat here to actually celebrate this particular coveted trophy in their neighborhood, while their opponents as well will now be fighting to get themselves to a leveler before the regulation time ends here. But currently, as it stands in the first 5 minutes, it is a lone goal from Ibrahim Abba, a powerful low shot into the bottom right-hand side corner of the post that is currently separating the two sides here. It is West Side 1, Frontline 0 in the first 5 minutes of the second half. I mean, Bakari Jani, we have now seen in the first 5 minutes, in the entire first half, I mean, both sides have failed to score a goal into this particular contest, but as the game resumes, after the restart in the first 30 seconds, we have seen Westside getting a very, very good chance through the number 9 Usman Baji, who headed the ball, but it was squandered. That was a free header. And then this time, in 5 minutes, we have also seen another shot here this time. But Usman, who squandered the first opportunity in the first half, was the one who assisted Ibrahim Abba for the goal in the first 5 minutes here. Now it is 5 minutes. We are now in the 7th minute here, and Westside is currently leading by a lone goal 2-0. What do they need to do to play their cards well and then eventually go home with the trophy? Or what can Frontline do to making sure that they also get themselves back into the game? But firstly, the ball is with Bojang Omar, who plays the ball back to left fullback now, the goal scorer, to one of the trickiest players in their midst. That is the number 19 Landing Baji, who backheels the ball beautifully to the goal scorer, who was fouled in the process. And Westside have now benefited from a free kick again. Bakary Jane, in the first 10 minutes now, it is already 1-0 in favor of Westside. What do they need to do well to actually go home with the trophy, and what do Frontline need to do to actually get themselves a parity before the regulation time ends?
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. The Westside players take the lead now, and they put the pressure on their opponent now as it stands 5 minutes into the second half. Right now, that's the goal from the number 5. That was a wonderful shot there, and the opponent are still now under pressure, and they also need to be focused to maintain the scoreline, or they make sure that the creating chance for the organized, they level the scores. But assistance right now, Westside will be in more pressure than front line footballers right now.
Thank you very much, Bakary Jane of King FM. A free kick to be executed by Westside Football Club. It is either going to be executed by Salifu Sane or Jaju or Bakary Sane. Let's see what Frontline or how Frontline deal with this, or what their opponents will need to do. That was an intelligent take, and then this time it went straight into the hands of the goalkeeper for Frontline FC, who sends a long ball inside the area for their opponents, but the captain Dembo Kante headed the ball back to his goalkeeper, who handles the ball with ease and then plays the ball. Buba Samate plays the ball short, and then now they still continues to attack through Bojang Omar, the number 10 for them, but he was penalized, or he's been penalized now for a foul, and then he is also going to be cautioned for his foul on the Frontline FC's player, who is currently down, and the center referee had already checked on him, but he's okay, I believe, to continue taking part in the game. To remind you that those that are not here, can be referred to LSTV1 to watch the game live. As you know, when it comes to football matters in the country, especially live football broadcast, it is LSTV that is currently leading TV in the football broadcast here in the country, whether being the URR, CRR, LRR, North Bank region, West Coast, KM, or even around Banjul. Whenever you need your games to be broadcasted live, you can simply contact LSTV1 to actually sell your mission outside. And also, the Mr. Tarawale Musa from the Nero Legacy, if you want to sell your brands as well, you can contact this particular TV. They will do a very good advertisement for you, and then your product or whatever services that you're trying to promote to the outside world will be highly visible by everyone who is in the country or outside, who stays outside. It is 1-2-0 in the We have now played 11 minutes already in the second half. It is Frontline FC 0, Westside FC 1. In the new Yundum Sports Association's knockout final here, and then the committee is also planning to play another final just after the Ramadan. Again, the starting 11 for the two sides: Abdoulaye Dabo, Ibrahim Danso, Ansu Bojang, Cherno Sen, Isa Bayo, Haruna Jaju, Basiru Kamara, Daura Kole, Demba Bojang, Tairu Sane, and Modlamin Sonko are the starting 11 for the Frontline FC side, while their opponents starts with. Now moving forward, this time the Frontline FC side, but that was too much power on the ball, and then the ball. Sin chases the ball inside the 18-yard area through the number 15, goes to the ground. Notices the central referee, and he is going to be booked for simulation. The central referee doesn't agree with him that he's been fouled, and then he's been penalized for simulation according to the officials of the game here. And then he is, of course, the sole decision maker here. The Tairu Sane, the number 15 for Frontline FC, has been penalized for simulation, otherwise a dive inside the area. On these occasions, the officials will feel that the players are trying to tie their hands, and then in such occasions, if they believe the player is trying to deceive, especially inside the 18-yard area, of course, you will be booked. And then that was the decision from the official, Ansumana Koli, the center referee for the game. And it still remains nil-nil. No penalty has been awarded, but Sane has been booked for simulation. And then moving forward this time, puts the ball back again. The number 25, that was a side netting. Another close chance for the Westside FC. It came through Ibrahim Sawane, and this time again, Usman Baji had done very well against his marker there, and then trying to make it so he created that opportunity for Sawane. But again, this time, a shot, but it could not trouble the netminder, Abdoulaye Dabo, who handles the ball and sends a long ball, but around the center circle, but again, the number 15 Sane wins a foul inside the center circle, and then the central referee will be having some advices for Sane, as he had seemingly lost patience with the officiating. But you cannot battle such with the officials of the game. Substitution to be effected here. Two players will be introduced, and two are coming out, including the team captain, Sen Cherno, and Isa Bayo makes way for the number 8, and also the number 9, who also doubles as the substitute captain for Frontline FC. Amadou Demba has been introduced, and also Keba Drame are the two players who have just been introduced into the game. Moving forward, cleared away. And again, two players miscommunicated there, foul against Omar Bojang. Then the new entrant has been penalized for a foul on Bojang. Sends a long ball towards Osman, but the ball was cleared off him, and then one of the trickiest players moving forward this time
but there was this process in the process, landing Baji, and then the game continues. Player goes to the ground. The team captain, and also the new entrant Drame. As Frontline FC continues to chase their dream here, they know failure to score in the regulation time wouldn't do a favor to their intentions coming into the final, while their opponents, as the game currently stands, understands very well as we can still stay onto this particular lead here and still celebrate the trophy in our neighborhood. So this is the challenge for both sides. One of the sides must score, and one of the sides must try to prevent their goal and then go home with the trophy. Let's see which of these sides here will be able to achieve or realize their dreams coming into the final. Of course, the intention is to go home with the trophy. Currently, the team on the verge of realizing that dream is, of course, the Westside Football Club, and the team that needs to fight back and then get themselves back into the game is, of course, the Frontline FC sides, and they understand this mission very well, that we must score at least a goal. While we also search for that particular goal, we must try to prevent our backline from our opponents so they did not get the double as we continue to search. It is 1-0 in favor of Frontline FC. Sorry, Westside FC. Thank you for that fair rectification, and it comes from the Frontline bench. The player is currently nursing the injury, Demba Bojang. He is escorted outside by the medical staff, while Salifu Jaju waits to execute the free kick here. If the green light is being given by Ansumana Koli, of course, the man in the middle for this particular final. And he's been assisted by Kaliman Kamara, Omar Sisoho, and Buba Damfa, who is, of course, serving as the fourth assistant referee. Now, Salifu is given the green light to execute that free kick. Sends Solomon inside the area. Who was there? That was another header. And then he had one in the fourth serve. And again, this time, a free header again falls to him. Ibrahim Sawane squandered that one as well. And then the game remains 1-0, of course, in their favor. But Bakari Jani, that is football. Sometimes players will have opportunities to actually score for their sides or do the needful for their teams, but they will score now, and then with that, some will learn from the previous mistakes that they had done, and then try to improve on whatever mistake or error that they had previously done, and then keep on moving forward. If another one falls to them, they will try to make it so they utilize that one, but it still remains rather 1-0 in favor of Westside Football Club, while Frontline FC continues to chase their dream. Landing around the center circle, beautifully done there, places the ball to Bojang Omar, who moves forward now. Bojang tries to take on his marker, tries to place the ball to Osman, but it was cleared away, and then landing again this time. Osman tries to hit one of the new entrants here, and then the number 16 for the Frontline FC side will clear his line, Ansu Bojang, but it went straight to the Westside FC player, who is Sawane, of course, tries to play the ball through a link of play, but it went outside for a throw-in, and then this time again, they regain their possession rather. They tries to go solo this time. Bakari Sane, but again the goalkeeper Dabo is in trouble by that shot. Jane, the fight continues. Frontline keeps fighting, trying to make sure that they restore parity, while their opponents, Westside Football Club, continues to fight as well, and trying to protect their back line, so that their opponent wouldn't get themselves rather to a parity before the regulation time ends. But 20 minutes of play is a lot of time in football, so any of the sides here can go home with the trophy.
Thank you very much, Kimo. That's the beauty of football. Toka plus your chance and score, which Westside did in this early second half, and they are now currently leading. Let's see what will happen in the final 90 minutes between the two sides. They are still currently playing in the pitch, and the ball was running, and the frontline, backline need to be vigilant on their side so that they can be not be added another goal for their goal post.
Frontline must be vigilant so they wouldn't concede any further goal into this. That was the words of a colleague and a brother, Bakari Jane from King FM. And then the fight continues here between the two sides. In Frontline FC, who are of course trailing by a lone goal to nil, against the leaders into the final, Westside FC. The more clinical side here, of course, will be going home with the trophy. Now landing, breaks the ball down, connects player inside the center circle who turns and then connects to Salifu in the right attacking play, who places the ball to Sawane, who continues to run, plays the ball back to Salifu, and then this time, again, across the face of the goal, no one was there to connect to that. And then it rolls over the touch for a throw into the opponents. But that again was another threat that we have seen from the leaders into the game. Of course, Westside Football Club. As Frontline continues to chase here. Defended there very well. The number 3, Bakari Sane, trying to defy this, that to prevent the opponent from getting to parity, while the opponent Frontline FC, their fight is to at least get a goal here. And in that effort, they also have another very crucial job at hand, that is to deny opponents from getting the goal here. Goes to the ground, but he was wrestled down by Bojang, but the center referee plays an advantage here as they continue surging forward Frontline. Salifu allows the ball to roll over the touch for his advantage, and then he wins a throw. And then the game continues here. And then also we have a host of a lot of journalists here. Marimanga is also here, and then we also have Yande Jan, plus Bakari Jane, as you have heard him, and also Ismaila Tamba has also joined us. From Ismaila Tamba has also joined us, and also you can see Bubaba is also here. And then behind the cameras for LSTV1 is of course the reliable ones, Osman Kamara and also Nyimasata Cham. Frontline win rather a corner to be executed by Haruna Jaju. But first, the center referee Ansumana Koli had to make sure something is settled inside the 18-yard area and now gives the green light for the execution of the ball. Sends a long ball inside the area, but that was a goal kick before it in fact landed. And then to the benefit of Westside Football Club. Another substitution here to be executed by the team trailing in the game, Frontline FC. Danso now makes way for the team's number 10. We will soon try to give you the name of the player. It is Keba Fati rather. Keba Fati, who has just been introduced by Frontline FC. Clears the line this time, Frontline, but regains the ball for his side. Moving forward, Sane Bakari still keeps moving here. A player with a lot of stamina now places the ball to Bojang Omar now. What can he do? Shots, but it was blocked. And Salifu now on the ball. Another shot again blocked. Clears their line. This time, Frontline FC again have indeed fight very well in trying to make it so that they did not concede, or they do not concede another goal here. But that was a brilliant pass there. Now towards Salifu here. What can he do? Passes the ball to Landing, who miscalculated his initial action, and then in the process they were caught in an offside position, and Frontline will now execute a free kick through the netminder Abdullah Dabo, who places the ball so to his defender and sends a long ball towards Molamin Sonko. Sonko heads, but straight to the captain Kante, who clears, and now towards Salifu in the right attacking half, places the ball to Sawane. Sawane chases, but could not control the ball before it leaves the pitch. Two double substitutions here, or substitutions to be made by the Westside Football Club, a team that's currently in guidance of Salifu Sane, while their opponents Umar Korea and Ibrahim Adrami are currently overseeing the leadership charges there. 11 and 8 have just been introduced. Muhammadu Lamin Bangura is the number 11 who has been introduced, together with Ibrahima Fati, who also is introduced to see the end of this particular final. Moving forward, the new entrant tried to connect Landing, but it was cleared away by Frontline FC, who still keeps moving, surging forward now towards the new entrant Fati, but the ball was cleared away by Nyabali, and then flag goes to the ground. Nothing says the center referee. He allows the play to continue, and then this time a corner is being awarded to Frontline FC. Already we have played 30 minutes into the second half, and then Frontline FC know that they must score for them to continue their hopes of realizing the dream here, while their opponent can still stay under this without scoring and then still realize their dream. It comes here and then clears their line. This time again, Westside FC, they know that they must defend very well if they want to finally celebrate the trophy in their neighborhood, while Frontline keep moving forward, and then also understand that they must score for them to continue, dreaming of celebrating the trophy. But that was A brilliant take there. Now to the new entrant who keeps moving forward, tries to connect landing, but that was well defended there by the Frontline FC's number 12, Basiru Kamara, and then the play is allowed to continue. Now Basiru wins a foul against the new entrant. Places the ball now to Baji, who goes to the ground, but he was fouled. Ibrahim Abba, the goal scorer, has been penalized for a foul on Haruna Jaju. It is 1-0 in favor of Westside Football Club. The only goal that has been scored by Ibrahim Abba. Of course, a powerful low shot that maneuver its way into the bottom right-hand corner of the goal post. And then the goalkeeper Dabo Abdullahi was helpless, was left rather helpless to prevent his side from conceding the goal. It was a powerful shot from Ibrahim Bah. Of course, a low one. Another player for the Frontline FC side is currently battling an injury. The center referee Ansumana Koli has called on the attention of the medical team to check on him. And then the play will resume if he is okay to leave the pitch, or if he is okay to continue taking part in this game. He is back on his feet. The number 3. Currently moving out, perhaps he is going to be substituted. But firstly, let's see. Now Basiru Kamara to send that. He sends a long ball inside the 18-yard area, but headed away by the opponent, who powerful shot there, and then a header, this time straight into the safe hands. But firstly, it was offside against Frontline before the goalkeeper Mbuba Samade handles that ball. Another player to be introduced is Malan Jambang, who replaces the injured Dauda Koli. Now sends a long ball here, and then the play is allowed to continue as the team captain is now on the ball, the number 9 turns and plays the ball back to Kamara Basiru, who is of course a very, very hard battling defender for the Frontline FC side since the start of the game, and then they continue to pile more pressure on their opponents, so they will be able to get themselves to a parity here, but nothing has been possible for them so far. And then that was also the effort, also futile for the Frontline FC side. As you can see, they have been instructed by their technical team to actually trying to make it so that they also take long shots, not always trying to get themselves into the 18-yard area before making an effort towards the goal. And of course, we are going to Ismaila Tamba. You have now watched some part into the game. The team dressing white, of course, Westside, leading by Ibrahim Abbas, lone goal 2-0. And then while their opponents' front line continues to chase their goal here, they know and understand that they must score before or to continue dreaming for the trophy. What's your assessment so far as you have watched both teams taking on one another here? Ismaila for Capital FM.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think to begin with, that is to say, football is live and well here at Yundum. So perhaps this is what we call grassroots football, and then having Westside and then front line. But now we've seen at least Westside are now putting more effort to see to it that at least they maintain with what they have for now. But that is where the fans from the frontline side will tell you, well, football is 90 minutes, and then it is never over until it is all over. So that is what is going to be determined by the central referee. But let's see what is going to produce here. But this is the last chapter for Ramadan. I don't believe perhaps, the committee members will be telling, well, is it going to be like the Brikama, perspective as well? But let's hope and see that, things goes well. But the fans are here from the four corners of the field because football is going well here in this particular zone. Yes, thank you so much, and back to you again.
It is never over until the final whistle is blown. That was the word of a colleague and a brother, Ismail Tamba from the Capital FM. And then, as you have earlier mentioned, fans have also turned out in their large numbers here to actually come and witness this occasion. And then trying to making sure that their players receive the support that they desire so they can win the trophy for their neighborhood. But that would have been a costly error from Kamara Basiru, who has been doing very well in the heart of defense for the Frontline FC side, but continues here. The West Side, now the number 11 places the ball that went between the legs of the goalkeeper, but he had a touch on the ball, preventing the ball from going into his net. And in that process, the leaders in the game, West Side Football Club, win a corner, and then you can see the group of the Frontline FC players are complaining to the referee. We aren't sure what the complaint is about, but they aren't happy with one of the decisions, I believe. But the center referee, as I always said, have the final say in the decisions that will be made here. But that was another effort here from Salifu this time, and then Abdullahi Dabo saved his side again this time from conceding any further goal here. As the game continues here, we are now approaching the final minute here. And then Frontline FC or their opponent, I believe, understands the time here. They know what is at stake if they don't score, if Frontline doesn't score. They know what is at stake, and then their opponents, if they fail to to prevent their lead here, they also understand what is at stake for them. So both sides are fighting very hard. They're of course fighting a different cause. The other team is fighting to score, and then let's see here, but this time again, too much power on the ball, and then Kamara defended very well for his side again, as he has been doing since the start. The goalkeeper Dabo confidently dribbled the forwarder and then keeps moving forward this time. Westside Football Club through Salifu, and 4 minutes have been added here. 4 minutes for Frontline to at least score a goal into this particular game, and then 4 minutes for Westside FC as well to continue preventing their backline and then denying their opponents from getting themselves to a parity here. 4 minutes, it is the opportunity that both teams have for Frontline to score and for the Westside FC side to continue defending their course here, and then through 240 this time for Frontline goes to ground. Foul is being awarded here against the player for Westside, who will also be penalized for stopping that play. And then the player is still on the ground here. One of the players for the Westside FC is on the ground, and then the medical team is called upon to attend to him. Then we'll see the free kick here is placed by a player who has been fouled and newly introduced, Fatih Keba. And also on the ball there is Tairu Sane, who is also there. We'll see which of these players here will be taking the responsibility for Frontline to execute that. It is going to be a straight ball towards the post, or it is going to be led up for the players in the 18-yard area to do the needful. Green light is been given by the center referee Koli. And then Keba now sends a long ball towards the area, but before then, there was a whistle for the play to be delayed. And then the center referee has instructed the men on the wall to actually making so that they work by the instructions passed on to them by the central referee. Keba Fatih, green light given. Fatih sends a long ball this time inside the area, but that was a close chance for again this time. It is Modlamin Sonko who headed that ball, and then it flies a little over the crossbar. And then that was the prayers for the opponent Westside FC, while the Frontline FC keeps moving forward here through. Fatih again goes to the ground, another foul here. This time Salif has been penalized, and then they will send another ball inside the 18-yard area of their opponents. At this time, the only thing that they need is to send more long balls to the area of their opponents, and then they are doing that in style. This time, heads away, but before then he was penalized for offside. Substitution here to be made, or it is going to be delayed, and then offside. Free kick here to Westside, executed by Salifu towards Sawane, who tries to hit the ball, but it rolls over the touch for a throw into the Frontline FC side. The new entrant plays the ball there. And that's the final whistle here. Westside Football Club will soon be crowned as the champions of the new Yundum Sports Association's knockout 2025-2026. And then it is the lone goal from Ibrahim Abba, who stands to separate the two sides. And then his lone goal, of course, wins the trophy for his side, a goal to be remembered, and also a day to be remembered by him, Ibrahim Abba, and of course their head coach, Salifu Sane, who is of course praying for this, perhaps the game to end like this, and it has ended here 1-0 in favor of Westside Football Club. They have beaten Frontline by a lone goal to nil. Of course, the final has been a very, very tight one, a highly contested one, and also a tightly contested final between these two sides. But in the end, it is Westside FC that will be crowned champions of the 2025-2026 New Yundum Sports Association's knockout. Bakari Jani, you may have some words to add.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. That's the beauty of committee football. Westside are the champions of this new Yundum knockout final 2026 season. As we are moving on, this beautiful football in our community and the footballers, when you got a chance, you have to capitalize on your chances. That will be help you to become champions of any football match you are playing. And front line, back line need some adjustment to consider the next final or next tournament to be progress in the season. Thank you very much, Pavadi. You can go come and carry on with your teams for the presentation and the award given to the individuals will be witnessed right here at the Yundum football field.
From the media teams, securities and the leverage officials and the both teams. Congratulations to Westside and Frontline. Final olamu albe all do wonders. Albe akale and then ale ala kiroke. This is football. One has to go with the trophy. But that means science thing. Be science kaliro kai kul kumfatale. Ngamen dua ngamen gania lafta walla. Piaro binala ka kuja matandala janto. Mulba sirin suo kuta mulnata junale ka fale kotrom with the fans and then mili volunteer dan kabona all the villages neighborhood village kanana kana football in jibe mba fala pia yul fana ko ala barka bake media team and na dige nyim fana bi jamba fala ko thanks again anina fisiolu ya la barka baga piaro isnana jandron ka multendu ke jayi nga ko ma fana so all the way from Farato and then Fara Sport Committee and then Fabi and then nga Niro fana na mol fana so jang so nonetheless wato kana jani pour un sabo filo to jang ala barka bake
ala barka bake. Thank you so much. Coming Anala Jamafola, Anala, we have to do presentation as quickly as possible. Anala Jamafola, Bafona Security, thank you very much. first one. Jam is not here. Jam totally. So president will do that. Obi, SG. So I'm for the team only. I'm boy, so and you're gonna play, you have nothing to lose. Definitely, Ali, don't be a surprise. This is a win to Frontline, I can tell you this.
Yaro, you flow based the ball, but Westside is the ball of Javida. Fabina, you'll start young. Westside, I Frontline to the ball, I'll let him fair. The best player of today, the best player of this game is Mr. Ibrahim Abba. Mr. Ibrahim Abba of Westside. Mr. Komati, the Secretary General Farado Sport Association, Deputy Secretary of Fabi, and Deputy Secretary of Commercial Sport Association. Mr. Koma, and then thank you for coming. I have a presentation of the man of the Majla, Mr. Ibrahim Abba. So the runners of prize, the runners of former president of New Yundum Sport Association, and also about the Westside. Congratulations, runners of prize in Tila, Frontline. Frontline, Westside, Frontline, please, please. Be a good sportsman, boy. Feel free. Football is win and lose. Yeah. Football is just like that. You have to have that spirit. Need lose to be, it gives you more courage to win more. So we'll be Frontline. Acha, Allah the Frontline. Hey, Babi, I'm going to do that, please. You know, this is football. This is not, it has, somebody has to go with the trophy, but you are both winners. Absolutely. Frontline, thank you so much. Thank you. This is the spirit. Frontline, you have more time ahead. You also play only Aleko for win. Thank you so much. You are all young boys, you have more future ahead. You have great future ahead, so I'm gonna feel bad. So the runners will go home with $25,000 from Yundum Sport Association. We're gonna Frontline team. Frontline, thank you so much. Frontline, I'm gonna be able to we are all fair play, Frontline, boy. Thank you, Bobby, well done. Frontline, next year is a popular So the winner's prize will be given by Mr. Musa Kawale of Nero, the ramp manager Nero. So we are saying a very big thank you for coming. So Arsenal Westside, Arsenal sign, Arsenal Kala Trophy. Please answer Frontline. Agane Bulako another party. Alem Bella Bulako Mr. President, Lamin Dampu Party, Auru Dampu Baraka Yundum Congo. And for Mr. Party with this leadership, we need more of this. And I'll carry Fela Nero, Ganali final, I'll prepare. O final of Malaka Fan Story, also running Westside, they use a Ponodo, and Alenga Punyo Dodi. The Sungaro Puta no Kabila Perkabe. You know the Akatana and Moro located in Canada, or Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, Westside, Arsenal sign. Westside, Albuquerque, Westside, yeah!
Yeah, we go name after Bagari for the town, right?
I used to tell people Tamba is the person to be called in Yundum, but today he proved me wrong. Really wrong. So Tamba, thank you so much. I'm not going to say Mr. Musa Tawale, from Niro, whatever you come in Dila. So Captain Oja, Gawana Godemo is the captain, Abugatiya, Ayakatabage, I don't take it for me. So we are saying a very big thank you to Westside, the technical side, the fans, everybody. We are saying a very big thank you. Community service ke karamo ay mafe bakeja bidon kabu anu kurani pido ko mafe ko da jula sare di kendo ko kendo akamate dine e mo ko ko